What's going on, everyone? My name's Tenebris Infinite, and welcome to my in-depth review on the Eastern European Weapons Pack. The brand new pack that just dropped yesterday. I've finally managed to get all of the weapons thanks to the developers coming through and helping me out a little bit. And so today we are going to go through and look at all of these weapons and talk about how this might potentially be one of the best packs yet. With 3 incredibly powerful weapons in the pack and 1 reliable sidearm, the first pack containing 4 weapons is one of the most powerful packs to date, with some of the best uses for 7.62 we've seen so far, and hands down the strongest sidearm in the whole game with the Scorpion. So today we're going to go in detail on all of these weapons, covering their fire rates, their accuracy, and most importantly having some damage comparisons to see just how much more effective the Mosin and the PKM are than our previous options. If you enjoy the video, please hit the thumbs up button or subscribe to stick around. So first and foremost, the thing that I am extremely curious about, how much more damage are these weapons doing than our previous AI-76, as well as the S21? So if we look at our guns here in the ascending order of damage, the AI-76 is the lowest damage 7.62 weapon that we could pick right now. The S21 then sits kind of in the middle. The PM then stands way above that. And then the Vintovka stands even higher than the PM71 in terms of its damage. Now, I know these damage bars and stuff like that, they're just estimations. So that's why we're going to go off and see the raw damage numbers on a fuel cell on a tank here. Alright, so our first shot is from the AI-76 point blank range here on the fuel cell with FMJ. Pull out the binocs now. It did 1% to his overall health and I believe 10% damage to the fuel tank. Next up with the S21. And something to note is that I'm doing these tests in guerrilla mode to really see the differences with 7.62 here. So let's pull off the one shot. We were so stealthy he didn't actually notice us that first time. But we did 2% damage to his health and 11% damage to his fuel tank. Okay, so now we're going in with the PM71, the third strongest of the 7.62. Let's see here. 13% damage, but still 2% damage to the overall health. So that also kind of shows that the stat bars aren't perfectly exact to how much damage you're doing, but still it's good to know that the per component damage is an extra 1% because that absolutely adds up, especially on a full auto weapon. Man, Frank the Turtleneck Tank, absolutely the homie when it comes to anything testing related. So, lastly here, the strongest of the bunch, the Mosin. Alright. And we did, what was that, 72? 1 second, I might die. That's okay. Now we have a better opportunity to check out what we did. Maybe. We might just die twice. What the heck, man? 3% damage to his overall health. Friggin' 18% damage on the component. That's a huge increase. 8% more component damage means that the Mosin is almost 2 times the amount of component damage than your typical AI-76. That 8% increase is a massive difference between being able to 2-shot and 1-shot an Apocalypse Doggo. Unless if they're a zombie dog like this one, in which case he's got like 0% health. And then for comparison, using the AI-76, we're still making light work of the dogs, but the point is the ammo conservation that you get overall. Plus, there's nothing really more satisfying than taking down a hunter with a bolt action. For our rounds per minute, it is 30 rounds per minute from the Mosin. Very, very low in comparison to our other assault rifles and LMGs, but the benefit, again, is that higher damage point that will allow you to use those bullets less, but get more out of them. A disappointing thing is that, sadly, right now, we can't test the overall accuracy of our weapons because we aren't able to get our bullet holes onto the targets. But still, when you test out the Mosin and you just shoot and you let it return to its position, this thing is a laser beam. It returns exactly to where you fired from every single time. So if you're keeping yourself dead on target, you can make a follow-up shot incredibly easy with this Mosin. For attachments that we could put onto the Mosin, we're able to fit on a rifle silencer, as well as the 1x4, the 4x8, and the 6x12 scopes. This means that no matter the range you're planning on using the Mosin at, you're going to have a scope option for it. For the PM71, it has a completely respectable RPM of 500 rounds per minute. That is really respectable, all things considered, because it's got an almost 6-second long reload speed, which that's pretty slow. I think at some point I'm going to compare all of the LMGs side by side, so let me know down in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. And as expected of an LMG, it's got a lot of hike to it, but it's actually surprisingly controllable when you put on a compensator. For its attachments, you could put on a red dot scope as well as a compensator or a suppressor. So for the Makarov, I thought it would be okay to go off and do a damage test. It's the exact same damage as any other 9mm pistol. It doesn't have any benefit over them. But still, I feel like it'll be good to figure out. So let's see here. 1% damage to his overall health. I believe that was 7% damage to his fuel cell. So for our fire rate for the Makarov, this thing flaps away. It's got 176 rounds per minute. It's still pretty much relative to a clock, just a little bit slower, but still, it's pretty good for dumping out shock ammo in 9mm. As with most pistols in Generation 0, though, it does have quite a bit of climb to it, so you will have to manage your recoil when you're shooting with the Makarov. For the Makarov's attachments, you could put on the pistol suppressor as well as an extended magazine. You could also get an extended magazine for the PM, but not for the Mosin. Okay, so for our last weapon to test for the day, the frickin' Scorpion. What might wind up being maybe my favorite or my second favorite weapon out of this pack. And so first things first, let's show off the Molar PP and how much damage that does. So you can see that it does about 7% damage with each shot. And again, 1% damage to the overall health. Now for the Scorpion, let's see how much damage this guy's doing. Try to deke around him here. Alright, we're gonna have to go over a hill. Frank's killed me enough times today. Alright, so how much damage did we do? Believe... Come on, let's focus here. Alright, so we did 8% damage to his fuel cell and 1% damage overall. The Scorpion's damage was actually lower than I expected it to be, but 8% is still completely respectable when you look at the RPM of 260 rounds per minute. This thing really goes, considering its damage. So with this, you kind of get like a steady, controllable fire rate that isn't too obscene, like 500 RPM or something, but you still get that damage output that the 32 ACP has. It's a powerful frickin' little gun, man. So for the attachments that you could put onto the Scorpion, you could put on the SMG suppressor, as well as a red dot sight and an extended mag that brings your magazine size up to 20 bullets. 20 bullets of 32 ACP Fury. As to be expected of an SMG, you do have a bit of hike to it, but its recoil is completely controllable, and even more so when you're aiming down sights. These friggin' Seekers have been bugging me this entire time, though. Where are you at, man? Hiding in the fog. Hiding in the trees. I think I see him over there. Alright, let's show off the power of this Mosin. Think of the last time you used 762 to one-shot a Seeker. Never happens. For the power you get, the fact that we finally get some really old weapons like the Mosin, the extended use of 32 ACP, the European weapons pack might be the best pack we've gotten yet in terms of raw firepower, which is really nice to see. Personally, I'm all for these packs containing powerful weapons to make buying them really worth our while. It ups the ability for us to use them in Generation 0 and adds what these packs are here to do. Really bring that variety to our loadouts and what we use in the game. So let me know, what do you think of the pack so far? If you haven't picked it up, it's in your store of choice for whatever your platform is. But for now, thank you for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Until then, peace.